Hi everybody. I'm back. It's been quite a day. So I'm hoping that no doggies bark or no cars honk or anything like that, which doesn't usually happen because I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. So we're going to do this class on linen. So you need to buy some linen. So I really advise you're going to buy two things. You're going to have to buy a needle, which is either the wing needle. It's also called a hem stitch needle. Doesn't matter, they're both the same. Uh-oh, my needle went flying. So I want you to see, has little wings on the side. That's why it's called a wing needle. So it makes little holes as it goes up and down in the fabric. So every time that it goes through, but I don't want to stick myself, it makes a pretty good size hole. So I don't know if you can see that, but it does make a hole. So that's how you get those little holes, fancy stitches, and it's with this particular needle. So now that I don't lose it, step on it, or doggies get it, I'm going to put it away. Okay, so you gotta buy a needle, gotta buy some fabric. So I bought yummy purple, I have burgundy linen, and I have turquoise linen. So I have enough linen to make a bazillion things. But the purple is really, I think, kind of southwestern, so I need to make some southwestern pillows, and that's what I'm going to do with my purple linen. Some projects that I've done before. This was going to be cut work, but I just didn't cut out the parts that you can cut away. It's been washed and washed. It's really flimsy. Linen, when it's not starched, is really, really flimsy. To work with linen, it can't be flimsy. So you have to spray starch it. And here is a piece of linen that I did. I put some freestanding lace on top of it, and I just did a little bit of cutaway backing on the back, so you don't have to do the whole water soluble and all to do freestanding lace on a project. It works great. Now, if you have a blanket stitch on your machine, you can participate in this. So if you don't have a fancy machine that has all of the heirloom stitches on it, which I'm gonna show you, you can do it with if you just have a blanket stitch, and most machines have a blanket stitch. So you want to prepare your linen, because flimsy isn't gonna cut it. You want it really, really stiff. I mean, really, really. So there's a joke about that, but I won't tell it. So anyway, so you're gonna need some spray starch. This is just Niagara. I use just regular spray starch. I use heavy. This is supposed to be heavy. I'm not sure if it is. Doesn't really matter. Just make sure that when you starch it, you do it properly. So here's just a plain old flimsy piece of cotton in the proper way, excuse me, to get it really nice and crisp. Anytime you're preparing your fabric, and I've done a video on this before, spray it really, really, really good. Get it all in the fibers really, really, really well. Turn my iron back on because it turns itself off. So make sure it's all down in there, because if you just spray and then put your iron on that, if you just spray and then just plop your iron down, you can see it's gonna make mess, little flakes, burnt on your iron. And when you do that, grab your magic eraser, cold iron, cleans it right off. because we've all done that. And when you use a lot of spray starch, your iron is going to get kind of yucky. So anyway, the point is to get all that starch down in the fabric, because if you just burn it on top, it's not going to do you any good. Give it a really good press. You might have to do it more than once to get it really stiff enough. Depending if you're that, and I would not wash your linen beforehand. I've never done that. I know some people are like really weird about that, but never, never, never. I never pre-wash anything. So now it's a little better. It's getting there. So I could probably do it 1 or 2 more times so that it's really, really stiff like this one. And I've handled this one a little bit, so it's kind of starting to get a little bit limp. So you're gonna need all these things to get started. I'll create a file, start a supply list, put everything that you need on the supply list. I'm gonna grab some of the stitch out that I did earlier, playing with the hem stitch needle, with some of the stitching on the machine. And some designs lend itself better than others for this. And I'll show you how to set the settings on your machine and how to get the best result. I'll teach you how to make fringe if you want fringe. And I'll also teach you how to finish projects with mitered corners if that's what you want to do. So with that being said, my camera is really, let me put it back up a little bit. Oops. I don't have a cameraman, so sorry about that. Anyway, bye. See you next video. Have a great day.